Hello students, our topic is ecological succession. First of all, we should understand what is the meaning of ecological succession. So ecology means our environment, our surrounding, and succession means how the system is going from one stage to another stage. So how this process is occurring in our ecosystem, that study is being done under the heading called ecological succession. Now succession is of two types. First is primary succession and second is secondary succession. So what is primary succession and what is secondary succession? How can we differentiate these two types of succession? The primary succession means that any sort of succession process, any sort of changes occurring in a particular environment where previously no organic matter is available. Like, for example, if somewhere a forest fire has occurred, or some volcanic eruptions have occurred, or some glacier melting has been done, due to which we have depleted all the organisms found present over there. Now this type of succession is called primary succession, where previously there was no organic content available, and then later on the organisms, plants will come and occupy the area. So in a nutshell, we can define primary succession as gradual establishment of biological communities on lifeless grounds. So primary succession is occupying a lifeless ground or not previously occupied area, while in case of secondary succession, it is re-establishment of a particular area where already some organic content was available. Now we'll start with the primary succession. So where do we can see primary successions? Suppose a volcanic eruption has occurred in an island and you have lava all over the island. Now after certain 50 years or 100 years of time, the area will be occupied by primary community or the pioneer community. So the first community which occupies the area is called pioneer community. So now these pioneer communities include organisms like mosses, lichens, which require very less amount of soil or negligible amount of soil for growing. Now these primary communities of lichens will be replaced by another community in due course of time. How this will happen? Due to the availability and due to the processes done by these pioneer communities, more and more organic content will be getting deposited in that particular area, and this will result into development of soil, and this soil will give rise, or it will give space for the next level of communities, which can be grasses. Those grasses will be there for a due course of time, and those grasses will be known as cereal communities or cereal stages. Now cereal stages are all those intermediate stages which are produced or which are formed in due course of time up till this system reaches to the climax community. Now these cereal stages will actually prepare the ground for the climax community. Now what is climax community? Climax community is the final stage or the most stable stage of the ecosystem. Now what sort of vegetation you will find in these communities? We can see like these lichens were replaced by grasses and shrubs. So these shrubs will provide more and more organic content, soil into the vicinity, and they will give rise to the climax community, which will be mostly large trees like banyan tree, peepal tree, neem tree, which are very stable. So now to conclude with this succession process, so ecological succession is the process by which each community is being replaced by another community because of favorable conditions for the presiding community. So this is called ecological succession, and the community starts with pioneer community, which are mostly the lower organisms, and it is being dominated, or the last stage of the succession is climax community, which mostly dominates into the this whole ecosystem. Thank you.